Here's the question I can't figure out. Am I a software engineer who codes or a system designer who directs AI? Because the job market doesn't seem to know either. So here's what happened. I had a pretty standard first round interview with a startup. We talked about the company, the role, my experience. It was a good conversation. At the end, the recruiter surprised me with a coding challenge. And I was honest with him. I said, look, if I'd known there was a coding portion, I would have brushed up. But I haven't written code since November. AI does all my coding now. He wasn't ready for that answer. Uh, Honestly, neither was I. But it made me realize something. As a job seeker in 2026, I don't know what I'm supposed to be preparing for. And I think a lot of us are in that same boat because the role's changing faster than the interview process. Companies are still testing for algorithm skills, whiteboard coding, elite style coding problems. But in my actual job, I haven't touched a keyboard to write code in months. AI writes the code. I design the system. I articulate the features. I review the output. There's a mismatch between what the companies test for and what the job actually requires now. And that mismatch has forced me to ask, what's the skills that actually matter? In the interviews I recently had, the ones that felt right weren't coding tests. They were system design conversations, architecture patterns, how you structure an application, how you guide an AI agent to build the right thing. Coding knowledge is still relevant, but not for writing code, for reviewing it, for directing it. Because here's what I've learned working with AI every day. AI can't see the forest. It's incredible at implementing a feature. It sees the trees, but it doesn't know the existing patterns in your application. It doesn't understand the architecture. You can tell it. And I do that in Claude every day, but it's my job to hold that vision. That's the gap. That's the new engineering role. The human's job is to communicate the architecture, guide the agents toward the right pattern, and make sure the pieces fit together. AI writes the code. I make sure it's the right code. So when I think about what I'm preparing for now, I'm not preparing for coding tests anymore. I'm focusing on system design, architecture patterns, how to articulate what I want clearly enough that an agent can build it. If a company wants me to grind lead style codes and whiteboard algorithms, we're not aligned on what the role is. Because the role I'm preparing for, the role I think is emerging, isn't engineer who codes. That role is gone. That role, is 5 years ago. It's the engineer who designs systems and directs AI to build those systems. Why does this matter to you? If you're a job seeker now, you're caught in the same transition I am. The market hasn't caught up yet. Some companies still test for the old skills, but the actual work is shifting and fast. Don't feel bad if you haven't been coding. That's not the skill gap. Focus on system design, architecture, how to communicate clearly with AI agents. The role is changing. Make sure you're prepared for the role that's coming, not the one that's disappearing. I I don't know if I failed that interview or that interview failed the test for the right thing. But I know this. I'm not grinding LeetCode anymore. Just doesn't make sense. I feel like it's a waste of my time. Instead, I'm building the skills for the role I actually want. Have you been in an interview recently that felt misaligned with the actual work you do? Drop a comment below. I'm curious if I'm the only one feeling this shift. And if this resonated, I've got more videos on AI engineering and how the space is evolving. Subscribe so you don't miss them. Thanks. Bye.